Hey guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can create a navbar, a really simple navbar yet attractive ones. So to do that, let's create a file and call it index.html, and let's create another file and call it style.css. So in the HTML file in VS Code, if you're using VS Code, just press exclamation mark. It's going to create the from scratch code that you don't have to write every time, and all you have to do is to change the title name. Let's call it navbar. And another thing that you're going to do is link the HTML file with CSS so that after writing the content you can also style it. So to do that, write link above the title, and in href write the name of the style, write the name of the CSS, and save it. Now all you have to do is to write main, and in the main let's write nav tag, and in the nav tag let's put ul tag. In the ul tag let's put the li tag with the link. So what this is going to do is main is going to be the tag where it's going to be the background color, and the nav is going to be the body of the nav bar, and in nav bar there is going to be the ul. In ul tag there is going to be the list items. Okay, so let's make it three times. In the first one let's say home, in the second one let's say discovery, and in the third one let's say about us. So now the HTML part is done. Let's go to the style.css, and here I'm going to write asterisk. And what asterisk means is the lines of code that you are going to put in asterisk tag. It's going to apply in all the elements in the page. So if I write margin 0, that is going to apply it in all the elements of the page. Padding, and let's keep the font family to sans serif. So now let's trigger the main tag, and in the main tag give it a background color, and that is going to be burly wood. So as you can see, it is not covering the whole page. So what we have to do in order to make it work is to write height 100 vh. That is going to, as you can see, that is going to cover the whole page. So after the main, if you see, there is a nav tag, and in the nav tag there is ul. So before doing anything, let's try to make the ul white, the background color of the nav bar white. So background color, as you can see, it is white. Now what we have to do is to make it in a row, not in the column way. Text decoration. Let's style none. That is going to remove any style that is already by default applied in the UL. So after doing that, let's say display flex, because we're going to use flex in order to make it in a row. We're going to write flex direction row, and if I save it and see, you can see that it is in a row, not in the column. After this, what we are going to do is go and write nav ul li. Okay. What this is going to do is remove the underline of the content. After that, we are going to make it pretty by adding some paddings and make it black. So let's say the color should be black, and let's have some paddings. Also add the padding in UL. So what I forgot to do is justify content flex start. Yeah, my mistake was I wrote padding top. It shouldn't be padding top. It should be padding and 15 pixels. Now as you can see, it is already looking pretty enough. But what I have to do is make it kind of bold so that it looks better. For that, let's go to A tag and write font size. Let's make it 700. Let's make it a little smaller. It should be zero point 0.9 RAM. So as you can see, it is looking good. And now it's in the top, and I have to make two more nav bars in order to show you how to make it to the how to make this content to the center, and in the third nav bar, how to make the content into the last. There are going to be three types of nav bars. So to do that, let me go to the nav. Where is it? And let's say pairing top should be 90 pixels. Okay, it's already looking good enough. Let's also have the margin. It should be 15 pixels. No, it should be 40 pixels. Okay, so it is looking pretty enough. And that's it about the first navigation. Let's go and create a second one. So as you can see, it is looking the same. But what we have to do is to make this content into the center. And to do that, let's go to the style.css and go and nav ul. And here all you have to do is to write justify content to the center. Not like this. Actually, I also have to make a class in the ul, and this should be named second. So let's add this second class. Yes, now it's looking good. And let's also create a third one and name this third. And do the same, just copy this, the second one, and rename it to the third. And the justify content should be flex end. So there you go. These are the three types of navigation bars. The last thing that I'm going to do is add the hover react into the A tag. Let's say color should be black. The default color should be kind of gray. Yeah, these are gray, and if you hover it, it would turn into black. But I want a transition in it, so let's add the transition into the A tag, and it should be 0.3 seconds. Okay, it's looking pretty enough. And that's it about today's tutorial. I hope you learned something. try to make it better than this, like also create, like add a search bar here, or make a logo in the start of the nav bar, and play around, you will get better. So that's it. See you guys in the next tutorial.